We have a hard time finding our partners because check this out. A lot of us cannot provide what we expect someone else to provide. Let me explain. I'm not talking about material stuff, but many of us cannot provide security on the inside, peace on the inside, happiness on the inside, love on the inside. These days, we can't even provide for ourselves financially, but we expect someone to come and provide all those things that I just listed so that you can feel safe. Provide a space where you can find love, where you can find happiness. And I think we expect too much. The truth is, we are lying to ourselves. We don't want what we are. We just want what we want. And then we get so angry that we can't find it. But if you look at yourself, it's right there. You have found yourself. Now check this out. I want you to listen to this right here and tell me what you think.
Now, Alexis, I'm trying. I'm trying with you. But all you want is the opposite of you in every situation. You want a man the opposite of you physically. Now you want a man that have kids not in your situation. You just said they gotta approve. Your daddy gotta approve. You was honest enough to know that a mother might have some questions if her son brought you home.
Now, when you watch the whole video is that, she didn't have a job. She had a couple kids. She has a 6-month-old baby, and she wasn't in a place financially or even emotionally, as you can see. But the man that she asked for, the man that she wants to meet is a man who has older kids, and the man who is financially able and successful, the man who is all these things, right?
There's a lot of opposites of you. Basically, if a man came to you with your resume, you wouldn't date him.
Right.
But you want a man to date you, so you're asking somebody to do that you actually would not do yourself.
Crazy. I know.
And if you think about this, a lot of us, the reason why we are always, listen, if you look at our society, look at our communities, what you're going to find? Depression, anxiety disorders, a whole bunch of pain and unhealed trauma and childhood trauma. The truth is, we don't like ourselves. We don't love ourselves. We don't really care to have someone who we are. Because who we are, see, we display this thing outside that everything is good and everything is independent and everything is strong and amazing and powerful and you a boss this and boss dude but on the inside we have so much stuff going on. We got so much things that people can't see. But if you speak to somebody for long enough, they can see everything that you have. Because when you begin to open your mouth, people begin to speak the truth, whether you like it or not. People begin to listen. If you pay attention, people will tell you exactly who they are. Now, you telling me that as a person, and it's not just because she's a woman, but it's not just a woman. Look at yourself and be honest with yourself. Do I like this? Do I like this energy? Do I like this situation, this circumstance? And if you don't like it, why would you want to give that to someone else? Listen, it's irrelevant. It's not even, right now, it's not even important about you finding somebody like what you want. But if you look at yourself in a place where you don't like, in a place that gives you anxiety, in a place that gives you stress, in a place that gives you depression, why would you want to take that place and that thing and put it in somebody's hand and say, hey, deal with it? No, I think that's unfair. So many of us are in a place where we don't really love ourselves, we don't cherish ourselves, we don't honor ourselves because of so much stuff that's going on within our minds. We unhealed trauma. And we want what we want, and we think that, is how come I can't have what I want? Because you know why? Because men ain't shit. Because women ain't shit. And that's the wrong idea. It's not that men is shit. It's just that you keep getting what you are. Listen, what you are is not really how much money you make. Just because you have a job and a house and a car, it doesn't mean that you are anything special. It means that you're an adult. What you are is the energies that you carry, the energies that you embody every day, the ones that you rehearse, those emotions that you rehearse. And what I mean by rehearse, those energies that keeps coming back, that keep sitting in your feelings, that make your head hurt, that make your shoulders hurt, your knee hurt, your back hurt. That energy is stagnant and is in you. That's really what you are. And until you flush that energy out with new energy, new understanding, a new mindset, a new emotions and new feelings, understand you're going to keep attracting the old you, a you that you don't want. Many of us are in situations where we can't stand, but listen, you have to you have to create in you a beautiful space. A beautiful space. You got to decorate your home. I'm talking about your inside, your mind, your body, your emotions, your feelings. You got to decorate it so that somebody could feel at home. But many times we don't want, and we think that we on this vibe. We think that because we can laugh and go to the club and drink up and smoke up. We think that we are a whole vibe, but we are not a whole vibe. We are a whole disease happening on the inside that you're afraid or you refuse to project on the outside. Many of us are just like her. Many of us don't understand why we cannot attract what we want. You cannot attract what you want because you are not what you want. And many times when you see yourself in the reflection of someone else who comes to you, in your own projection of who's coming to you, because a lot of times what you're going to realize, the ones who come to you, and I know many of you hate to hear this, the ones who come to you on a constant basis, do you notice that there's a pattern? They are similar. They say the same things, be the same way. This is your vibration that you're on. This is what you are attracting. This is you. Now, you probably don't see the same exact energies. You probably have a nice heart, and they probably do too. But you covers you up with fear and insecurities and body image, and they cover them up with lies. And listen, when you see, this is a way how you know who's on your frequency and who's not on your frequency. The ones who keep recognizing you. If a man like me or a man like the good, whoever, or a woman who is a high frequency person, if they're not recognizing you, you're not on the frequency. You're not. Because them people who are high frequency or vibrating high, they're all around you. But you can't find them because you are only seeing yourself. You can only see yourself. A lot of us don't want us. A lot of us don't want ourselves. A lot of us, when we go deep, we can if you can't sit in a room for 30 minutes to an hour without being entertained and feeling peace and love. I'm talking about every single day. Feeling peace, love, safe, protected. Then you are fighting yourself. You continue fighting yourself with your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings. So therefore, what do you think that you're going to attract? Your energy is so strong, but it's strong in a way that it brings you pain and suffering. Why would you want to give that to someone else? We got to understand, even if the good man or woman comes to you right now, you cannot keep them or recognize them. Have you ever seen somebody with a bad financial track win a lot of money either by lotto or by a court case or something? Do you realize that they can't keep it? It might come, but they can't keep it. After a couple years, everything dries up. Why? Because there's two different frequencies. You can have it whatever you want, but can you keep whatever you want? A lot of you can't keep whatever you want. And so therefore some of you can't even connect to what you want because what you want is not on the frequency of that connection that you are trying to connect to. You got to be on the same frequency. People don't even like themselves. When they see themselves in someone else, they get mad and angry. I don't want that. Everybody who comes to me is the same because you are the same. And I know many of you don't like to hear this. Many of you, if you surrender your fears, if you calm yourself, if you begin to pour love in yourself, if you begin to pour peace within yourself, and I ain't talking about the conditional nonsense. I ain't talking about you doing your nails, you doing your hair, you doing your fingernail. I'm talking about the pure love where you begin to remove anger and you begin to remove the resentment and you begin to remove all that body image, that negative way how you see yourself, and you begin to forgive and you begin to feel joy and happy. If you begin to remove all those negative energies so that you can experience love more, I promise you, nobody would be able to stop you. We say we love ourselves in a physical way. We show our bodies, we dress up, we go out, we have fun, we eat good foods, we drink alcohol. But have you ever loved yourself enough to remove all that pain, that suffering, that anger, that resentment, and then begin to love yourself even more? And then become that person that you think love is. Become that image of love itself, become that walking projection of the love that you vibrate intentionally. Have you done that? If you haven't done that, how dare you? How dare you? We have to wake our butts up and realize that all we are attracting is ourselves. And until we understand that, guess what? Hey,
Well, you know it's crazy. This is the first step. That's the first step of waking up. And she realizes now, and maybe you never did realize how crazy it sounds until you got to say it back to yourself.
exactly. That's exactly what's the issue. We want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. Yes, you can probably buy your own stuff. Yes, you can probably pay your own rent. That's the most that's the basics. That's survival. Let's call you an adult. But can you produce the love inside? The freedom inside? The ideas inside that will calm you and love you and bring peace and bring happiness and bring joy. Can you create those things? Listen, until you begin to create that what which you want on the inside, you can't create or you can't get that which you want on the outside. You can only get what you are on the outside. All you are doing, the frequency goes out, it attract or it connects to someone of similar frequencies, and they recognize you. That's how frequency works. Your energy goes out, and like energy attract like energy. When your energy goes out, because your energy is magnetic. When it goes out, it touches something of similar frequency and it pulls them back towards you. So if every man or woman is the same that comes towards you that you don't like, you can't stand, who treat you the same, understand this is the energy that you're putting back because that's what your energy is attracted to. Understand you attract what you are, not what you want. And until we learn this, we're going to have the same issues. People want high value men or high value women and this and that and this, but the energy can't afford it. I'm just saying, think about it.